Welcome to Culture Club. What we say, what we mean. Bold and blunt in the room, you know what it is. Lights on, cameras up. Everybody got a view. We don't fake for the likes. We just speak what's true. Pull up, take your seat. It might get real tonight. If you brought your
What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you guys for tuning in to ACTVPLUS here on YouTube. You are watching Culture Club, where we spell club with two B's because we like to be bold and blunt. Like always, we are going to reintroduce ourselves, say your name, and the last time you cried.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Megabody. I do not know the last time I cried. I don't know. I don't really do that no more.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? My name is Pepper Braxton. I don't know the last time I cried.
Oh, that's sad. We talked about this on a prior episode, how black men can't show emotion. I think there are two examples of that. My name is Wesley, and the last time I cried was probably 3 weeks ago or a month ago because I thought of my mom, and my mom is no longer with me. If your mom is currently with you in life, you are blessed, okay? I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, all right?
What's up, everybody? It's TYRICE Gym Shoes, and I'm back with oh, never mind. I'm back. Welcome to the new season, y'all. Last time I cried, it's crazy. When I was younger, even when I was in church and stuff or whatever, I could not cry. I used to want to cry. Now that I'm older, I'm so emotional, but I think it's because I've been through so much. The last time I cried, I went to church today. I'm always crying at church. I think because I'm so glad that I'm just here, because at one point I didn't want to be here. So I think I always think about that time when I was struggling mentally to just even want to get up out the bed. And sometimes when I'm in church, I just be so thankful that I'm just around people and I get to love on my sister and, you know, the people that love me and just even be here at Culture Club. So I'm so much more emotional than I used to be. I'm a crier. I ain't no bitch, so.
There's a difference. There's definitely a difference. Sir?
Hi, my name is Tiago. I think my the recent vivid memory of crying was my wedding last year.
Oh,
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it was closing a cycle of things that I didn't think could happen.
okay.
Yeah, and I think that was the last thing on my list. And then I got to start fresh from a brand new list of things. You know, like, you know, when you have like checklists when you're young?
Yeah.
And then the last thing is the possibility of being married, just because of, you know, other people's perspective of what your life should look like. And I went into a deep journey of unlearning, and my last thing on that list was getting married. So when it happened, and it came out exactly how I wanted it to be, it was very mind-blowing.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay.
Adorable.
Hey, what's going on? My name is King. I'm gonna piggyback off of that because my last cry was maybe like 2 months ago when I was praying and realized I wasn't doing nothing but thanking God. You know, before I used to always pray for things and want things, and when I realized I was just grateful for what I had and everything I prayed for was, you know, in my life, like I was just thinking, like, you know, some tears had came down and I was just, you know, it was thankful tears, you know.
Oh, I love it.
All right. Yes, indeed. Comments from the last episode was Kellington and a day when they sat down and had their conversation. A day, honey, preferring your race is a preference. Dressing and looking good is a preference. Prefer your man not to be big. The hypocrisy is headlining, hon. Oh. Another person said, a day in Kellington are hands down my two faves. Megabody as well. The merger I needed. The combo was mature, flowed well too. All right. Sponsor for this episode is Weston Friends. I'm Weston Friends. I need to let you know that there is a fantastic cruise happening, and no other cruise is gonna beat it, bitch. We have over 200 beautiful men coming on board Virgin Voyage. Virgin Voyage is adult only, and it's about to go down basement. And so I implore you, to come and go to westernfriends.com to book. Mega Body is going to be there. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be nothing but fun. And surprisingly enough, it seems to be that the average age is 46, but we have some people over that age coming as well. We have people in their 50s, people in their 60s, people in their 70s, people in their 30s, and people in their 20s coming on this cruise. I just bring all the boys to the ocean. Y'all need to come on board.
Baby,
Western Friends.
that cleaning crew could probably be ready.
Listen. Also, we have a sponsor this particular season, and we're going to be getting a couple of more sponsors. Shout out to Juneteenth. Go to juneteenth.com. Obviously, you know, Juneteenth, there's a purpose for the brand. Their product is on our table right now. We all have a shot of Juneteenth Grown and Sexy Tequila, which is on this screen right now. Real quick, I want to be a little bougie. Not bougie, but just, you know, I want to hear everybody's perspective. Hit the glass and raise your glass and give a one-sentence toast to what you want and what you look forward to in 2026. Starting with King, ending with Mega.
Continue my blessings with God.
All right.
Yeah. Financial maturity.
All right.
Knowing my worth and accepting nothing less.
All right. Money, money, money.
I am cheering to being happy.
With the hair pulled back. I love it, Fred.
Financial growth and possibly marriage, hopefully.
Okay, come on, man. Shout out to Juneteenth. Thank you, guys. Sip it up, sip it up, sip it up.
Marriage.
All right.
Oh, it's good.
What you think? What you think?
Yeah, very smooth. It was
Strong.
It is good.
The TYRICE's face. Oh, don't drop the glass, baby. He got a glass right there,
Oh,
friend.
you might want to move that glass. I'll fuck it up.
Listen, friend. Juneteenth is grown and sexy. What happened? Oh.
Let me just move it over. I'm so funky.
I told you to get this.
I thought I had to put water in there. I thought.
Oh, you're empty without your drink. Oh, gotcha.
Consuela?
What you say?
I be bathing y'all anyway this last week.
Oh, that's stupid. Stupid. Stupid.
You look good either.
That body is bodying, boy. I mean, jeez, you know how to pull it together.
Yeah. Kiana.
Suck my stomach here right now.
Know how to pull it together. Good Lord, Jesus. I was telling him the design of the bottle.
Grown sexy.
Grown and sexy tequila when you're grown.
You're growing and sexy tequila.
Baby, if y'all
Yes,
this
indeed.
person, what's up?
Premium tequila for sipping neat, mixing cocktails and extending Juneteenth beyond cans into the full party ritual. Go to juneteenth.com. And we're going to continue with our sponsor, Western Friends. I am Western Friends, in case you didn't know that. We have a Halloween Virgin Voyages cruise takeover, October 31st to November 5th. Book now, baby. I realize, I'm talking to you, all the people that's watching. I realize that you guys want to copy me. It's okay. You're not going to be able to copy me, okay? This is original behavior happening here. And I just want y'all to watch and continue watching, because this particular August is going to be fantastic. October is going to be fantastic. New Year's is going to be fantastic. And then on top of that, continue to go to westernfriends.com, because I have an all-inclusive resort that's going to be extraordinary. Okay, you only need $100 down to book. Let me say that again. $100 down to book. You have the full year to pay it off. The payoff date or payoff month is March 2027. Start now. Plan now to play later. WesternFriends.com. Wardrobe theme is gray, lavender, or light shade of purple and denim. Episode 503. We're 5 seasons in, y'all. It's been an interesting road. 503. This is the 3rd episode of season 5. Main topic is crying on social media for attention. Does anybody do that real quick before we begin?
I cried on.
Oh, for attention.
No, not for attention. I feel like I needed to release the energy that I was fighting, and I present very happy
Already.
all the time. So I feel like it's important for me to get my emotion out and people to see that I'm a real person.
All right, Megabody, respond.
So you need to,
Talk to the mic.
so you need to cry on social media for people to understand that you're human?
I needed to cry for me. I needed to put the energy out. And then the stuff that I was getting back, I needed that as well because I was not getting it. I was not getting loved up on.
Yeah. See, when you don't have something and you want something and you do something to get it, that's attention.
And we sometimes think that attention is a bad thing. That doesn't necessarily mean it. I'll tell you this. I never understood that shit. Like, how do you cue your camera on and then decide when that tear gonna fall down?
Well,
and I know if you're being emotional, but I just can't. I don't understand that. It's so personal for me for crying. It's such a sensitive issue. Like you should be by yourself, but that's for me. And if you needed, I hope that you get what you needed.
I did. And for me personally, I didn't start the video crying. I was having a conversation with myself, like I was venting, and then I started crying.
Can you give us like an example of like
Not an example.
Listen, not well.
Hold on. Hold on. Go ahead, Tiago. You buzz.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes we take everything so binary, right? You just said grown, so I expect you to be over 30. So
I'm 27.
Grown, sir. Well, right. I think it's important for us to realize that a digital world and having a digital presence, it has been an extension of what society really looks like. And I think it's very important for us also to realize that there is a norm and a behavior that happens within digital world. So it is misleading to say that it's disingenuous for somebody to cry upon the video camera just generically, because some people, especially communities, for example, the Black community, queer communities, people who have not had the outlet in support of close communities, they need that support and realization from other people. Okay. So I think that is a way that some people found support and empathy. And it's sometimes we don't have it from family or friends.
And it's not, it's the same difference as you calling your friend because something happened and then start crying, right? It's not cueing your tears on, your tears coming on.
Let him finish.
Because it's when you bring it up and you're talking about it, those emotions erupt, right? It comes out as I'm talking to you. And sometimes he said, I don't always have someone to call right in that moment. I don't always have something. So to get that response and that feedback, it is important because every time, and also the people around your corner may be yes men, maybe people that is not giving you the advice or the information that you may need. So it's good to get different perspectives so that you can really put your perspective in place.
Okay. Mega.
As a grown man or a grown woman, you should have a community. If you fail to have a community, it's really probably something that you're doing.
It's not true.
Probably something that you're doing.
It's not true.
It's no way that you can be a grown adult
and I have nobody.
Absolutely no community. You're telling me that you're an amazing person. You have these feelings, you have these emotions, and you have absolutely nobody that you can talk to. You cannot tell me
these criteria.
Talk to the mic.
Once you get on camera and you press play, now you are asking for something from the people. You want emotional support or whatever. You're doing it for a reason. So
you're putting criteria on this particular person that you're talking about. You're saying he's this, he's that, he's a good guy. We're just talking about random people in general, right? So then it could be a person that don't have nobody. It could be a person that's depressed. It could be a person that's anybody. And anybody, it is for attention. But like you said earlier,
exactly what I'm saying.
But attention's not always a bad thing. Attention could just be feedback.
All right, let's go to go ahead, Pepper. Go ahead.
The crier.
Come on, man. Never go to your brain.
I had community and I still have community. The problem was my community was not giving me what I needed. And a lot of people in my community at that time was going through the same situation that I was going through. So where was I going to get my love back? Even when I was putting it up, my community was writing me like, take that down. So I was what I needed, they were not giving me. They couldn't give it to me. So to your argument, where was I going to get my love?
And you equate
why is that fake though?
For somebody just only
if I saw his post and commented, why would that have been fake to give him some support and love? Everyone is not.
I feel like I
we're good people, like you said. You just deemed the person to be a good person. Why is that not? reflected. So you mean
All right. We didn't even get to topic one. Let's get the topic.
Wait. Let me ask you one question. When you do quiet,
levels to love.
yeah, that's true. When you do quiet on social media, do you know you finna cry?
One time.
But no, did you know you finna cry? Like, oh, I'm finna cry, bitch.
I was explaining.
We know that we're emotional enough to count me on the record. That was enough.
I was explaining my situation and I was angry at the time, and then it turned into
A cry.
there's nothing wrong with that? Nothing.
All right. Topic one: are people healing online or performing pain?
I believe that people use social media as an outlet. Does one convey the other? Not necessarily. They're not interdependent. But I do believe that part of some folks' healing journey is outletting, and some use social media to do that, but others use the algorithm. The algorithm does respond to human emotions. So either that is fighting, like you guys talked the last episode, and really embracive things as emotional discharge. So some people use both as a combination. They don't have to be untrue. They can also be using for the views. They can also be using monetarily, and it can also be true. I don't think it's fair to say that one is interdependent of the other.
Okay. Gym shoes. Are people healing online or performing pain?
Sometimes. I think sometimes people are healing and sometimes people are performing. Again, I'm just interested. Like, crying on social media is so interesting. Start a crying page.
Let's start a crying page.
Yeah, just,
Crying pain.
I'm sure they got crying groups.
that will, I think you should probably start more. That'd be so interesting. Like, just crying on cue and crying. That'd be interesting.
Why just be an actor or actress?
Yeah, that's true.
But that's assuming that they are acting. But
Sometimes I'm not saying. That's why I said sometimes.
Okay, so what I'm hearing
Sometimes.
is that there's some people in the room that believe that it is very performative. And there are some people on the panel that believe that it can be a healing process. And I'm also hearing that some people believe both. Key, are people healing online or performing pain?
Well,
let him finish. Let him.
I mean, two things could be true at the same time. Two things can be. I do believe that people are healing, but I do believe that now in this social media influencer, day and age, people do use trauma to perform their pain, right? And it is me getting cheated on a lie? No, but it's me putting it on social media and then getting the feels of my community to back me up and sympathize and then pay for whatever product or whatever I'm doing. I mean, it may be true, but that doesn't negate that I still got cheated on and I'm using this to whatever the case may be. So
I'll speak on something real quick, and then we'll go to Gym Shoes, and then we'll go to Pepper. I can attest to the concept of wanting to release one's feelings. No, not necessarily be beyond the people that you know, but just in general. My whole brand in and of itself, I start every video saying, welcome to Culture Club, where we adopt similar connections despite our differences. I connect people and people connect to me. So when I lost my mom, I didn't just necessarily vent to my close friends or whatever. I poured out online what I was going through. Now, I wasn't necessarily crying in the video, but it was a time, because like I said, I don't wish anybody ever to lose a parent. It's a different feeling. It's a different emotion. And I necessarily didn't know how to process it per se. I just knew that through my career on being a public figure and online or whatever in YouTube, that there have been plenty of people that have told me it's because of you that you've allowed me to laugh through this, horrendous moment that I've gone through in life or whatever. And so now it's like, hey, this happened to me. I'm human. We're all human. Maybe we can adopt similar connections despite our differences. And this is my particular way of processing it. So I understand the concept of wanting to maybe be relatable, maybe just get your feels out. Maybe get your feels out without necessarily receiving anything back. Because I know that we all have that friend that we like, man, I went to, and that friend be like, didn't I tell you not to do that? Or why did you do that anyway? Like, we all have that one friend that could just be a little bit too much. Maybe that one friend that's not sensitive enough to understand what's going on. But, you know, everybody has a different reason. So I just want to put that out there, that I've been a person that has poured out online. But for my reason, it was just for the relatability factor. So I want to put that out into the option. Yeah.
I think it takes guts to cry on camera. I mean, we all know that, like, really crying, who looks really cute crying? You know,
I'm a cute crier.
That was your buzzer response?
Yeah.
Yeah, you will. But before you go,
We don't never talk about.
I just want to put this out here real quick. I don't think there should be to the concept of looking cute while crying. I don't think anyone cares about that, right?
Well, we should.
No, we shouldn't, because you should just be able to release. Period.
That's why I say it takes guts to be brave. Because most people, when they cry, it's an ugly look. So it takes guts to just be vulnerable to be ugly on camera.
That's very interesting. Okay, Pepper.
I want to pose a question. Why is it okay for a person to post a video online fighting, but a person can't post a video online crying?
Well,
I never said you can't.
I think it's easy, especially using the example of what he's mentioning. It's just like some people like to enforce how they live their lives to others. So the way he uses his relationship with the digital world and social media, he feels like everybody should do the same. That's why you're like, oh, I only post things that look cute. I will never post something that I don't do this. So crying doesn't look cute, I won't post crying. But fighting looks cute, I'll post fighting. Or, you know, and the nuances of that, you can just change by vice versa. And I think we are always imposed to do what others feel like we should do. Yeah. And guess what? I sure won't, because we are all unique in different ways. And I think we just need to be emotionally able to deal with the consequences of all actions.
You understand me?
And I also think that we've been applauding performative pain, right? Because when Fantasia is brokenhearted and she's singing her lungs out on that album that she spread her heart hated, she's getting money for that, right? We're paying for that, right? And we're like, that's the best album ever. I want her to be sad and this and that and the third. So it's like, it is the same. It's her. That's her version of crying online, just like it's our version. It's the same difference.
It's not.
It is.
Fantasia doesn't always write all those songs.
She's performing her pain literally.
A great actress. She's a great singer.
But it's a lot of times her albums is based off of her.
When you're done.
Yes, please.
So she knows how to tap into emotions to make us believe that. But she does not write all those songs. All those songs do not come from her experience. That is not how being an artist works. They get people who write songs who are going to sell records. Secondly, I want to say that I agree with all of you. All I'm saying is you're doing it for another reason. The reason I post that thirst trap pictures is because I get the likes, I get the love. I come from a place where when I was at FAMU, we modeled and stuff, and it got me the accolades. It got me the round of applause. So everything that I do after that, the mega body of it all, the new pictures, the shirts, it comes from that. I want that. So I'm just saying that I don't understand getting up there and airing your dirty laundry or crying about stuff because you're really doing it for the likes and views. You're doing it for me to buy the product. You're doing it for me to da-da-da. The reason why he did it is because it was relatable to the brand. If you acknowledge that, then I'm okay with it. I watch reality TV, and I know because I've been on reality TV that it's not all real.
Yeah. I want to say, I'm okay with it. I like both of y'all perspectives. I think what it is, sometimes we don't realize you're not supposed to understand. Right? If you're not in someone's shoes or have been in someone's situation, you're not supposed to understand. When your mom passed, I can't understand that because my mom hasn't passed. But I've learned something that even our relationship is so similar with your mom and my mom that I should still, even in that moment, appreciate her. So that's what I learned through that situation.
I had to get to that point because at one point I just was not connected in that way at all. And so I'm happy that I got to that point because I don't know what my heart, body, and spirit would feel like if I was not able to say, Mom, I love you. If I was not able to forgive her for my upbringing. I think
But that's why we don't.
in a
That's why we don't know
darkness
how
place.
much that we can help through our story and what we do, letting somebody know what we go through because your situation
But that's
was so
the
similar.
reason
It
why.
helped my situation and me appreciate, even though it may not be the best situation, but I still love my mom.
But that's the reason why I allow people to understand that I still keep that post as a main post on my social media. It has over like 65,000 views or whatever the case may be. People understand that loss happens. But how can we get through it is the question, and everybody has a different path to get through it. That's
And to
all.
make my point, it's just about showing empathy, because even though you may not, I may not understand why you would get on social media and cry, because that's something I would never do. That's so personal to me, right? But for you, you may have a different excuse. Attention, you say it's negative, or it can be.
No, attention does not have to be done.
But some people are attention whores, and that's okay.
And let me just deflate that word for me. Okay, I can't speak about anybody else. It wasn't about attention. Earlier, we did a couple of videos where we spoke about black men not being able to feel safe enough to be able to convey emotion, and that's my point. Like, I'm a black man. I can cry. It's okay. I'm a black man. I can feel sad. It's okay. And I'm going to show you that it's okay. I think it's a bravery or a strength with being able to publicly show that, because we don't see it enough. And I just wanted to speak to that.
That was your reality at the time, right? And social media is not a sense of I have to post my accomplishments, I have to post my greatness, I have to post. It's my reality. So if I'm posting my reality, why can't I post when I cry? That is my reality too.
I do want to state that I felt the same way you felt. Like when I used to see people crying online, I said I would never do that. But in the moment, that's just what happened. It wasn't performative. I wasn't doing it. It was just in the moment. I was venting. I felt like I needed to vent. I needed to.
Oh, baby, we going back and forth with these pigs, baby. We going back and forth with these pigs. I ain't never been back and forth. Go ahead, Tiago.
I think you three are all saying the same thing in different words, but not you. I think what you're saying, it's a little less understanding of how people experience life. I think we all expect, like, what I can't verbatim say what you just said, but you said, like, how can you not have a community? Mental health and mental illness is an issue, and that prevents people from creating.
Can we stop right there?
Not yet. And that prevents people from really creating an environment where upholding people close to them, where they can feel safe to use outlets. Social media is a way that they can do that. Not saying that it's always the case, but we can just rule out completely all times. So we can stop.
I get that. Okay. But you're safe with letting people online handle your mental health versus going to see someone that's intimate and that is a professional or somebody that is a part of your community. I am absolutely positively.
Speak to the light.
Yeah, I am confused, because we can go down any social media thread that you want to go through on any post, and everybody's not supportive. Everybody does not understand. First of all, people barely understand mental health. All these things that we're seeing now, it's just becoming a thing.
Correct. So I think it's important to separate two things. They're not. I don't believe that people are seeking for healing, but it is part of the healing journey to be affirmed. Some people do need affirmation, and they do not have it through their closer circle. I'm not the most empathetic person, so if you come crying to my phone, I'm probably not the best person to call.
Same here.
So proud of me.
But do go online, and people will say whatever you're looking to hear. My husband knows. Like, you're having a problem, go solve it, or come to me and I'll help you solve it. But crying is not the type of thing I will relate to.
Oh, wow.
I just want to say that I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying that at the top for me is you're doing it for a reason. And it has nothing to do with your healing. It's all those things, right?
It goes back to what he said, which maybe he used the Fantasia connection a little loosely, but we do perform in different ways. When we are in public, like if I'm crying because of a problem by myself, I don't cry as much as I would in public or with my family or with people around. I normally cry more if I have more people around.
Yeah.
So and some people, the digital world is the only world they know because it's an extension of their life. Probably not to this panel because we didn't.
Not a real place.
It is not a real place to you.
Because how old are you?
I'm older.
You're older, so
Yeah. I was around
you're as old as I am.
So wait, no, because listen, because I don't want to.
I'm 38. Look, I'm 38. I didn't grow up in. I didn't grow
One
up.
person. Let him.
I'm 38. I didn't grow up in social media.
Yeah.
Right. I grew up before social media and
right.
after. So you do have a different perspective of what social media is. Some of these kids now grew up. They have nothing else but that to go off of. So that is their outlet. But that's just society because our parents would say the same about us in our generation of how we cope with things because it's different from that society then again. So every society has its own way of coping in this way of by way of how society is in
Can I just say, welcome to season 5. This is the first time in a long time we've been on topic 1 and we're still in conversation. I want to move on to topic 2.
It's really, really, it's really interesting when people say they give their stories about their parents and they put the message out for everybody to love your parents and everybody don't have the same type of everybody didn't have the same type of upbringing. I think it's a bit much. Just say that I love in my mind.
Yeah.
I love my mom. I never have anything, but you can't expect that from everybody. They don't have the same relationship with their parents.
Because you feel
I have a great relationship with my parents, but I'm very grateful and I understand things that a lot of people don't understand. I just think that it's a lot.
I think that it comes, not I think, it comes from the simple fact that the world pours onto you an understanding of parental and child, parent and child.
Yeah.
That's all we know, parent and child. If you are blessed to know that experience, you're blessed. But if you're not blessed to know that experience, regardless, because I'm not, I still see it. I see it everywhere I freaking go. Parent and child, Thanksgiving, parent and child, Christmas, parent and child. This is a world I know nothing about. I wish I knew about it. I wish I could experience what that was. But now I have to experience by way of, because of, let me see this movie. Oh, this is how it looks. I don't know what it is. So when I have the opportunity, when my mom was still here, to try to figure out what that could possibly feel like before she goes, I implore every human being out there to figure out what that's like, because you'll never get the experience again, and there's no other experience like that.
But it doesn't experience that.
And they don't, and they won't.
And that's people had to raise themselves.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
too, but his way is okay as well.
His way is okay.
And so he's okay to project that out to the world.
I am saying that, but we send this message of, I love my mom, I had great, so you should honor and respect your parents. That's something that needs to be in.
Yeah.
Both can exist at the same time.
And I know we got to move on, but I think what happens is we again project our perspectives on situations. and I, like you were saying, like if you grew up in a great household with your parents, people think that, oh, you should love your parents. You didn't know that I grew up where my mama didn't give a fuck about me, and she cared more about men and buying them clothes than getting me school clothes. You don't know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? When you were the priority, and I never was. So when that situation happens, people can never understand. But for me, I can probably understand it. I see it so much, and I don't know what that feels like.
Tyrese, there's love that you and I will never fully understand because we were not given the opportunity to. Yeah. And it's sad that you and I will never understand what that love is like. But to everyone else that has had the ability to feel and understand that love, you're blessed.
Yeah.
I think that is the beauty of globalization. I feel like in the 2000s when that emerged, where internet became a thing and everything became much closer to us, right? There was a time, I think most of us went through the flash drive all the way to cloud, right? We went through all of these moments.
Who's the most of us?
Well, no, yeah.
He's not 15. Don't have him believe me. He's 15. He's not 15.
Yeah. Well, because I feel like the age group here will understand that while in school we experienced the evolution of technology, but our parents are struggling to keep up.
Yep.
And the generation that just came, like I have a 20-year-old brother. That's his only reality, right? Like that's the only thing he knows. So I think for us, we are blessed. I'm looking at the thing. We are blessed to be able to see both sides and have more critical thinking about it. That's why this is so heated, because we've lived through it.
Literally.
And then we are living to this day, which like AI coming from, we used to take copies with that alcohol thing, like that's what we used to do in school. And by the time we finished school, we had USBs and clouds, like we had laptops. So I think perspective is always important, so we can zoom out.
Yes.
We're too zoomed in, and that girl cried because of her husband. No, that's not just the thing. She didn't have that in her life, and now she uses that as a resource.
Come on.
We're gonna move on to topic 2. This is 30 minutes. We're gonna move on to topic 2.
Sweet baby Jesus.
I'm just saying, this can't be no 3-hour film.
It might be.
Why do people record themselves crying? I think we really just covered that. I think we did. We can move on to topic 3. We can move on to topic 3. The difference between vulnerability and manipulation. Tiago.
I feel like that is a very easy avenue. I think it's the intent, not the outcome. Because even, okay, let's just use the posting the crying thing. If you post it with the intent to sell a product, for personal gain, or like for example that Kirk girl, right? I don't remember exactly. The Kirk girl, the Charlie Kirk's wife. Probably in the beginning, maybe the first time she came, that was her real emotion. And then that evolved into something else.
Right.
That became manipulation, and that first was vulnerability. And then she just rode that train. And I think those are two avenues that can coexist. We just need to be more emotionally mature to understand them.
Tyrese.
What's up?
The difference between vulnerability and manipulation to you.
Okay, I have to say it a little bit different. Okay, so being vulnerable, right? And being manipulative. That's okay to say, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's totally different. Being vulnerable is mean you're accepting of whatever may come your way emotionally, physically, spiritually. You're being vulnerable, you're being open. Right. Being manipulative is having intentions that you're not letting that person know that you have, and you're portraying to be some way that you're not to get what you want, using what you got to get what you want.
Okay. King, how do you interpret?
I think of it as quality versus quantity. Right.
Okay.
If I'm genuinely out here, like I just went through something, I just need to vent, and I'm being vulnerable about something, then that's something. But if I'm using that to have a 30-page story time, and I have it on my Instagram, my TikTok, all of that, and it's like a repetitive thing, and weekly, and now it's my job to do. Now, okay, I'm obviously manipulating the situation, but so I really feel like it's quality versus quantity.
Okay, Pepper.
I feel like the difference is intent. What are you intending to do? I'm gonna go back to me again.
Yes.
I don't know what my intent was when I made the video crying, but I know my intent was not. It wasn't just to get a bunch of people to flood my DMs and tell me nice stuff. Because if I wanted that, I could have just posted my ass. But
So just a fat ass.
what are you trying to get from the situation?
Okay, Mega.
I think there's a very, very, very thin difference between the two. I think that intent, where is that leans more in favor of manipulation. However, I don't think that you have to have intent to manipulate people. I think that kids manipulate people all the time. They don't even know what it is. And I think that we have friends and family that are always vulnerable and they don't know that they're manipulating you, and you have to be the one to call it out and say, John, this is always a thing.
It's always
blah. They don't know that, but it's a learned behavior that they've gotten something from because they did it and they got a response. When I posted a video of me crying, I got 5,000 views. So of course, when I need to vent again, I'm gonna go there.
And that's why I said quality versus quantity. Yep.
I think that it's a very thin line.
Mega Body, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
You ate that up.
This is a bold and blunt moment. Okay. My question is, are you, because we've spoken about this in the past, are you a black man that was not given the opportunity to be emotional in your household?
Yeah, I'm one of those guys. You know, the only difference between me is I look at my family dynamic. I look at it differently. I give them grace because I don't feel like they always had the knowledge. Or my dad, both of his parents died when he was really young, so he didn't have certain examples. He grew up in the house with 13 other siblings who, y'all know how kids are. These are conversations that I haven't had with my father, but I'm smart enough to know how this story ends. And so I give my father grace in areas where he wasn't a great father. And I've told him this, but I still love my father nonetheless. And he's a better father now. I look and see him with my younger brother now, who is adopted, and see how he loves on him and does stuff with him and shows up to all his games and makes sure he has video games and does all this stuff, helps him with his homework. And I have a trans brother right under me that posted on one of those online clips that my father posted, and he said, I wish my father did these things with me when I was young.
Wow.
That was not my father's truth. He didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to see it. And so when he called me to vent, I say, whoa, whoa, whoa. What we're not going to do is take away his feelings because this hurts your feelings. Right. Because although this is a beautiful moment, this is true to me, him, and some of my other siblings may feel this way. So you're not going to discredit our feelings because you're doing that now. Yeah. This is not an easy conversation to have with my father either. Yeah. But I am one of the few people that can talk to him and he actually listens.
I got real quick before we move on, because I want to follow up to that. Okay. So one-to-one, personally, I'm asking you, again, bold and blunt, if I'm going through a traumatic situation and I'm feeling down and out, are you a person that I can call?
Y'all know y'all can call me.
I'm asking.
Y'all know that y'all can call me, and yes, I am going to empathize with you, but I'm also going to give you what I deem as the truth. And it may not be the truth for you, but I'm going to say, hey, and I also will not allow you to wallow in the place of being there for too long. Hey, it's all right to be sad. Yeah. It's all right to cry. But what are we doing tomorrow?
I want to say that's interesting that you said that, because I've been like sitting here kind of battling just what you just said. And I'm going to explain and get into it. But I've been sitting here battling. Should I say this? Should I not? But I'm going to be bold and blunt. When you're dealing with mental health, it's not something that you go to therapy and it's you're good now. It can come at any time. And earlier in the week, I had a really, really rough day. And I'm talking about, it was rough. And I was going to put in the group chat with Culture Club, hey guys, I need y'all. And I don't understand why. I don't know, is fake love sometimes with social media, with the crying, is that more comforting than really reaching out when you need people to help you and be there for you? But I don't know, I was embarrassed.
That will
it was, but why are we afraid?
But I think that pours into us being bold and blunt, because we have all admitted to each other that we can be an outlet. So then now we need to look within yourself. Why can't you just commit to that? Because we've already, last season, we already said, that's why I'm checking back with you to be like, hold on now, can I call you or can I not call you? But we've all said to each other that we can reach out. And even when I think CORDAE was going through something, you told him that he could reach out to you. So it's vice versa. We've already expressed that. You just got to be bold enough.
But it's easy to say.
But that's what's so dangerous about the certain rhetorics that people spew, right? And no offense to you, but that's what's so dangerous, that you don't get the understanding and confusion, because someone that does follow you and look up to you, it's like, well, damn, maybe I shouldn't go express myself. And that may be his outlet to, not unaliving himself or not doing whatever, because he does need that feedback from somewhere that he's not getting from at home, right? I just dealt with somebody, I do life coaching. I just dealt with somebody that he comes from a conservative family, but he's a liberal, and he goes through that. His community does not agree with what his stance is, and he doesn't know how to live beyond that because his family's so you know, conservative and it's this and no other way.
Black people in
you know what I'm saying? But what I'm just saying is his outlet is his outlet, and I would hate for him to feel like you can't express yourself if it is.
But that's why I asked for clarity. That's why I asked for clarity, because I can hear what you're saying, but I also know you personally, so then I'm just confirming. But yeah, but
still leads to my thing. Y'all have community. If I call you and you don't answer, what I do? I keep ringing that phone.
Yeah.
Wes know I was coming over here. He said, "So you just show up to people?"
yeah, he just pulled up to my house one day. I was like, hold on now, what's happening here?
I do. And Tyrese knows that, listen, if we got some stuff going on, if I feel that after the show that we've had a really heavy conversation, I'm on the phone. And we'll talk to 1, 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that we understand we can have a difference of opinion. But I'm your brother. I love you and I want the best for you. And
I know you did a buzz, but I just want to say, I think for me, it came just down to the point where I said, can I handle this? Or am I to that point where, and I was like, okay, I can handle this. So, yeah.
even if you can handle it, you know, you can always call and talk to me.
It's always better. I'm telling you right now, it's always better when you know that you can call on someone. So for the people out there, be that person for your people. Let them know that they can call on you. Suicide rates are still very high. Okay. And so it's go ahead.
Yeah. I think I can relate. I think we all can relate to his story a lot. I'm originally from Brazil. And I was born and raised there. I've been here 7 years. And the reason that I came was because of a traumatic experience. I had my living experience here, which connects to my first answer, which is crying at my wedding kind of thing, was I needed distance from the only reality that I knew in order to create a new reality that I didn't have to fit in. And only that distance allowed me to heal. And I think it's important to recognize, similar to what he was mentioning before, is as siblings, we all have different realities and levels of connection with our parents and family. I'm the oldest of 3. And at the same time, what my little brother has with my mom, which is that the crazy unconditional love. It is not something that I experienced, but I do recognize that was what she could give me in her 30s. But I also understand that we today, I have people around me like Wes and other connections, even sitting here and being able to talk about things that were not true to the previous generation. My husband's mother was just at our house for the first time. He's a black man from the South, from Little Rock.
Ooh, Little Rock.
And, you know, he broke through that generational stuff that they went through. Yeah. And she came to the house for the very first time. And she was fairly impressed, and she vocalized this to him, where she was like, I've never been on tables that you guys talked about in finances, and you're talking about you're talking about all these topics that I've never been exposed to. She's a 64-year-old woman, which is the same age as my mom. And I think what I try to do most of the time, especially not being from here, English is my 3rd language, so I have to translate constantly. It is.
You speak very well.
You do.
Yeah,
and you do a great job.
Highly educated.
I'm just so calm and smooth with it. I
think he's part of me is just, I really try to understand, why are you even saying this before I rebuke, right? And I understand how hard it is, and I don't take away the hardship, but I also don't, just like what you said, that it doesn't take away from the truth. What my mom is not going to do is say that all of my accomplishment and me being successful who I am today was grateful to her. It sure won't. But it doesn't take away the fact that we can have a relationship. But I have to meet somewhere
and they also have to bend as well.
Yeah.
They have
That's
to
why
be
meaning
willing.
is the key
Yeah,
word.
they have to be willing to hear those things, even if they don't fully agree with it, but also allow us to have our feelings.
All right, I have to say, I'm really appreciative of this episode. It's really nice. It's interesting to shake up the cast a little bit because we get some dialogue happening. Topic number 4 is social media turning trauma into content. I think we can all say yes. That happens all the time. We see fights. We see there's this guy, I may say the name wrong, Sheaf Bud or Bud the Sheaf or whatever his name is. He is making content, or has made, because I think he's locked up now. I think he got a $1.5 million. I think he got a $1.5 million bill, and the last I saw, he was still in jail because he had got out, and I think he went back. Either way, I hope he's still locked up. But he's literally making content, popularized content off of racial baiting, and walking up to black people, calling them chimps, macing black people in the face, calling them he's a white man.
Oh, hell no.
Calling them the N-word with the ER, saying that we don't belong here. Like, he's literally making that type of content. And, social media turning trauma into content, that's what that basically is. And I saw him in this video. It was a long video, and it was from his perspective. So his camera was filming. There were black men in a car. I think they were in Miami, and they were shouting at him because they had got into an altercation, and he just kept saying the N-word, N-word, get out the car, N-word, 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 N-word. And the guys were so pissed, they ended up turning back around. But he was of the belief that he was not doing anything wrong. So much so that, and this is where I tell black people to do better, he saw some other black people that knew him, and I guess, I don't know if they know his culture or his brand or whatever, but they was bigging him up. Yo, whatever, I love you, blah, 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 I love your content, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yeah, this black man is over here trying to da, 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 da. I was like, bro, is this really where we are right now?
Well,
this is so
did you see the
insane.
Kevin Hart's roast?
Yeah, the Kevin Hart's roast.
I don't know if this
ridiculous.
is starting to become
The George Floyd.
normal.
The George Floyd comment is ridiculous.
But comedy, I think, is a different.
Yeah, but it's still.
We just became woke not too long ago. So comedy is comedy, and I would love for comedy to stay over there. This is something different, and he also baits them. So because he tells them, "Hey, you come over here, you'll see like his bear mace, and he'll tell him that he has a pum there, and then he'll blow him up and all that kind of stuff." He's literally saying all this on camera.
Had it been maybe Cat Williams that came out and said the George Floyd thing, we wouldn't have looked at it. But it was like the white guy that came out to say the George Floyd. And in our climate, with our president and everything else that's going on, they're taking away our rights and all this extra shit. It's just like comedy or not.
And so people can easily say time and a place, but there was no time and no place to speak on that man that was brutally murdered on film by a person that's supposed to be protecting
another
us.
black man.
It's crazy. And right, and at my roast, I'm Kevin Hart, and I'm not getting up to say anything about it. Is insane to me. Insane to me.
I believe that we just lack digital literacy, and I think
The vernacular is okay.
I think digital literacy is something that we lack because it has happened so fast. Like I mentioned before,
Yes.
we are living through it, right? The algorithm and facts in our emotions only become real when it's a story. As they're happening, that is not a thing, right? So you're not saying, oh my God, I am hurt because you just called me the N-word.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, that is not a thing. It becomes a thing when you sleep. And then the next day, you really feel that, right? It's like pain. Once the emotions are over, that becomes a story. That's only when the wake comes.
Yeah.
If you follow that thread of line, I think we just need to be more emotionally intelligent and more educated into analyzing what is happening in the moment and how to react to those things, because that will change your story. And I think most of the time we are just reacting rather than
understand them.
It's easier said than done when you say think before act. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing: a white man comes up to me and want to bear mace me and spray me and call me to end it with the ER.
Somebody
it's
getting
all
asked
reaction.
around here.
It's all reaction, and I, you know, it's just the mindset of people feeling like they have the ability and the gall to even walk up to someone and disrespect them like that because they know that nothing is generally going to happen to them. And I'm just, like I said, I don't think he's out. I think he's still in. If he's out, whatever. But when they told him it was $1.5 million, the boy was crying profusely because he's trying to figure out how he's going to get out of the situation.
Clearly changed.
I was completely entertained by that because how it like. And then even going back to, and we're talking about, I'm getting into politics now, Donald Trump in and of itself is a white man that is just has the ability to do whatever he wants to do. He is in the Epstein files way more times than Jesus is even said in the Bible. And it's so crazy to me that he is not locked up behind bars. But let that happen, Barack Obama or anybody else.
Barack didn't wear the wrong suit.
It would have been a thing. So it's like, I don't know. It's just a lot going on right now. But I feel like get it back to topic.
Yeah.
If social media is turning trauma into content, I feel like trauma has always been content just by being human in and of itself. Everybody gets excited. Oh, there's a fight. Oh, what? No. Now it's just you pull phones out and it is what it is. So I don't know. You had something you wanted to say real quick?
I think you summed it up.
Pepper did, didn't you?
No, I don't have anything to say.
I just think it's hard to your point. It's hard to do that because things that we did in the 2000s, the things that we heard in the 2000s, we had no idea they were wrong. We had no idea that they were things.
Like what?
So we had no idea that some of the stuff that was going on America's Next Top Model was a thing. I modeled in college, and I have been working for. I've done shows on BET. I've modeled with several different agencies. They tell you these things in real time. Your hair does not look good. Your teeth do not look good. You're not tall enough. I'm 5'3". I've still walked runway shows. Dude,
Talk to the mic.
you have to get thick skin.
Yeah.
So now we're woke and we're pretending that these things don't happen in the modeling industry. That everybody can be a model. That everybody's beautiful. Y'all stop.
We're more sensitive now.
There's a cultural thing to it because, for example, maybe I just see it differently. Because in Brazil, for example, racism is a crime. Homophobia is a crime.
But it still exists and it still happens.
But you go to jail and
Not all the time.
no.
I've been to Brazil.
Yeah.
Y'all let Pepper talk. I want to hear what Pepper got to say. Go.
No. Wait, hold on. Go ahead. Continue with your thought. Continue with your thought.
Just because something is legislated doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It means that it was legislated because it does exist.
Right.
The acknowledgement and a punishment. But when there's an acknowledgement and no punishment, there's impunity. And that's what you were just mentioning.
Oh.
There's nothing to do because nothing's going to happen to him.
Right.
So I'm not saying that we don't have racism in Brazil. We are saying that we created a tool where you can use it against a problem that we acknowledge that exists.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
That makes sense.
So both things are true. I think in going to trauma into content is rage baiting and really emotional things. You get rewarded by the algorithm negatively or positively. It will impact your financials because they pay you to create that type of content.
Absolutely.
And there is an audience for all things. In the last episode, you guys were talking about, I think CORDAE was talking about how there's people who view all types of different content. And the issue to me is that there is no punishment for hate for people. Like, you can't just say all things because freedom of speech is different from creating harm.
Yeah. But hate of speech is...
All right. Pepper.
I'd like to say, I want us as people to get to a place where we are excusing bad behaviors. Like, oh, we didn't know that was bad back then. Yes, the fuck we did. Or I was born. Well, I must have been born more because shit that people like older than me say, oh, we didn't have the truth or we didn't know that. I knew it. And I was saying it was stuff that I was growing up saying to my mother, and because I was challenging her, it was thought of as disrespect.
It was more accepted back then.
Talk to him, right?
I wasn't disrespecting her or any elder. I was telling you that what you're doing is harmful. And so I don't get when people say, oh, we didn't have the tools, or we didn't know that. We did know that.
I don't think he meant it like that. I don't think he meant it like that, though.
I never used that.
Well,
He
not
didn't have
specifically
that.
for him.
Well,
Period. I'm saying that's what I'm talking. It's my turn. I said as people. So that's not specific to him. I mean, it may include him, but it's not specific to him. I think we have to let that go. That's the first step. Telling people we didn't know. We did know. We were just excusing it and letting it ride.
I don't think he meant it like that.
What I mean, I'll say what I meant. So things were different, and we experienced things differently. The same way the newer generation will go on a job and they will say, "I'm not doing that." That is not something your parents did. You would not be here with the privilege that you had if your parents just walked off a job whenever their boss yelled at them. The great example of this. For those of y'all that didn't watch The Devil Wears Prada, just tune this out. But The Devil Wears Prada, we showed where they were and what reality was for and for the industry, how Miranda would come in and throw her coat. The news,
They can't do that.
it lets you know that HR has stepped in. They have realized that these are problems. However, Miranda is still working for the company. Miranda's still the same lady.
Yeah.
They've made her and they call her in. In the first film, we didn't see Miranda having to call around and her boss. Now we see the dynamic changing where the boss is coming in and saying, "No, you hold down. We got it." It's different. The things that you do now for work, you couldn't have did that back.
Yeah.
But your parents worked on jobs and provide for you.
I think that's the beauty of, I guess what the term is, woke, right? I don't think woke is something that's new. It's something that people felt. It's just that now the internet, social media, or whatever you want to call it, allowed it to be outspoken, right? It let me know that, oh, wow, he thinks that the way I think. He thinks the way I think. He thinks that. Now let's build this community to make sure that, because I think that was wrong too. So it's not that we didn't think it was wrong. We just didn't know that we had the platform to call it out. You know what I mean? But now that we do,
Definitely no.
now that we do, but we didn't have it because before social media, who were you calling?
We know it's wrong.
Now we can rant and rave.
Ghostbusters.
We can rant and rave, and we can have, content based off of what grinds my gears, and this is what's going on. But before then, who were you grinding your gears to? But your people that you knew, because we didn't have access to other cities, other states, other countries as we do now.
And now that we got it, we want to argue about simple things. Somebody made a joke versus men being hanging from trees in Georgia.
I agree with that.
Now,
100%.
Hold on now. Let's not simplify.
We'll be out there. Somebody made a
I
joke.
agree.
But
What's going on?
I agree 100%.
So hold on real quick. Hold on real quick.
I am with you, man.
Let's not act like we don't understand. If I was on that stage, I would have punched the fuck out that man. Ain't no way in hell I am whoever I am, whether it's Kevin Hart or Cat Williams or The Rock or what's that woman's name? All them people, all them black people set up on that stage with all their millions of money, all their wealth, and allowed that white man to say all y'all on this stage. That's exactly what they did, and they sat there. And then when they asked her the question, what the hell is her name?
They all made money.
Whatever her name was, they asked her that question. She was like, I don't even know. I just wanted to go to the bathroom. Bitch, you did not want to go to the bathroom. Bitch, you was sitting there and you let that white man say, fuck all of y'all. That's the problem. It's the problem. Ain't nothing cool about that. Ain't nothing accepted about that. And you don't even got to be woke to understand that what that man said, he should have been knocked, his teeth should have been knocked out his mouth.
It's a lot of passion right here. And I just wanted to say that and I relate to you and I see what you're saying. It's not that we didn't know. We always knew, but I think from my interpretation of what Meg was saying, we're discombobulated right now, right? No,
we're not. We're talking about a topic 5. I got topic 5.
Hey, we right on call.
And we're gonna do it real quick. Okay. This is about to be a 90-minute, 30-minute, 3-hour episode. Listen, topic 5. Should some emotions stay private? Yes or no? Starting with King, ending with Meg about it.
Yes.
No.
He said some.
And I said no.
You say let people put out whatever.
Oh, some should. So just put your dick on. Oh, I guess some people do.
Should some emotions stay private? I believe so.
I do not. believe some emotions should stay private.
I do not. But then allow me to say what I need to say about it.
All right. The Club Has Spoken is a new segment that I have started here on Culture Club. We put flyers out on the social media and we get y'all's input. We don't want to be the only people talking about these particular topics. Hopefully everyone can understand the question that's being asked on this flyer.
baby.
Can a verse man be in a relationship with a full bottom or top? Does everybody understand the question?
Yes.
Kwani says, yes, I feel like a verse guy likes it either way. They have options to choose from in the big blue sea. CORDAE says, yup. Then we have CARDO says, so people don't fall in love anymore. So relationships are based on sexual positions now. Damn, I'm old because I thought sex works both ways. When you love someone, positions don't matter because your mind is open to satisfy the person you love. When you really love someone, your partner will make you want to do things you might never have done before or thought to do before. That's the beauty of falling in love, trying new things.
Wow, that's Hollywood movies. Good job.
I like this segment.
You like the segment?
Yeah.
Can you read the next one of these on the left if you can see it, if there's not a glare?
On the right side.
Oh, you can't see it? Pepper, can you read?
I can read. It definitely depends on how versed they are.
Speak it to the mic.
People are versed, but lean more toward a lot of people are versed, but lean more toward the top or bottom. It's worth to see fully versed because being fully versed means that they need to both be equally.
Gym shoes, can you see any of them?
I can see something, but I do want something to say.
Well, we will. We will.
Oh, okay. I think verse should be with a verse. I'm a full gym and only prefers tops. But these days, tops be on the DL too, with legs up in the air. Guess I'll continue being single.
I don't know what a full gym is, but okay. Taj the God says, nah, eventually somebody gonna feel restricted. A true verse man likes balance, versatility, and options. Telling him to stay in one lane forever is like giving a Scorpio one emotion and expecting him to be satisfied. So the question is, can a verse man be in a relationship with a full top or bottom? King start.
I mean, technically, yes, right? Obviously, you can't, right? Because if I'm committed to somebody, then that's what that is, right? I'm not looking at you for your position. Now, I'm the top, so I don't agree with certain aspects of what Carlos said, where you just change or when you're in love. I was with my ex for 8 years, and it was strictly top and bottom situation, but it worked. Whatever, he was a verse and I was a top, whatever case may be, and it worked for us because we was in love with each other. You know what I mean? Outside of that, now, do I feel like there are situations where people are immature and don't know how to handle their emotions and their sexuality to where they're everywhere? Of course, but I think in general, to answer the question, yes, you can be in a relationship with a full.
Tiago, can a verse man be in a relationship with a full bottom or a top?
A non-emotional, intelligent man can't be in a relationship with nobody. I think the answer, whatever they're saying, and I think it's very misleading because they're putting so much. It's so heavy into the sexual relationship as if the relationship was defined by sex. When in a relationship, you would know, if you ever had any, that the sex is the least of the things that you're worried about. It only becomes a thing when you're compensating with sex in areas that you can't cope with. Even if you're targeting marriage, the divorce rates are not because you had sex or not. But a lot of couples who have been in 40 to 50 years relationships, they are sexless relationships, but they have a companionship and trust and all of the other things that you built, and all the divorce rates will go into financials. I don't see relationships that way. I never dated before. I only wanted to be a husband, so I never entertained the idea of being in a monogamous relationship in general with somebody that I was not building anything with. I also think it's very binary for everybody to assume that when you say relationship, you can only have sexual relationship with one person. There's different forms of being in a relationship, and they don't all need to focus on sex. Grow up.
All right. Gym shoes.
I think dealing with verse, bottom, and top, to me, bottoms can be aggressively mean because absolutely. And I'm going to explain it. When you have a bottom, if you're dealing with a bottom and you tell them that you're verse, most bottoms is like, no, I want a top. They don't want their top to be getting digged up in the butt. They only want a bottom, right? But when you deal with a top and you say I'm verse, they don't give a fuck. They just, as long as they can get up in that hole, then you're good. You know what I'm saying? So it's different dynamics, and that may be just from my experiences. As I've gotten older, I've gotten more open because when I was younger, I was just strictly top. You know, as I went through some things, you know, and I liked it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more open now, but that's just what I come across. And it is better if you meet somebody that.
Congratulations.
Right.
Somebody like it.
but if you meet someone in their verse, it is easier. But if you meet a bottom and you tell them your verse, they look at you like you're they're aggressively mean.
All right, Mike. Can you read Mike for me, Pepper?
Oh, Lord, my top.
Okay.
I think everyone is totally honest with themselves. The answer is no. There's only a few that will be mature enough to do it and make it work. Correct. You have to be mentally and emotionally strong enough not to only deal with the fact that your partner is not going to satisfy the other sexual side of you that you like, but you also have to resist stepping out on them when things aren't going well in relationships, or the new sexy guy who's been eyeing you steps and tells you he wants to give you the other part sexually that you are not getting from the partner. This lifestyle is so sexually driven, most can't and don't stay faithful with someone who is giving them what they want sexually. So you're going to stay true to someone who's only pleasing you halfway sexually. The resentment will eventually build up on top of the other relationship issues. Most aren't capable of the type of strength or loyalty. So why put yourself in that situation if you know or are not sure you can deal with it? I know 4 different people who tried it and it didn't work, and the next person they got into a relationship with was verse like they were.
All right, the Royal Couch is here on the panel. Can you read what you wrote?
I said, yes, although it will be some challenges, but overall, I do feel like they can work. It would need consistent support, communication, and understanding, which most people don't have. And that's why, because I was in one, right? And that's what it dealt with. We had to communicate. We had to support one another's wants and needs, and we had to make sure that that was a consistent support thing, right? It wasn't something that it was just like we talked about in the beginning and then just let it ride. It was something that had to be reiterated, had to be something, but it lasted 8 years. So, I mean, something worked out.
Tigger Red Official says, yep, a verse bottom, and yep, I'm a verse bottom, and I have been with a full top who enjoys me all over, and when I'm feeling like being the top, I'm more dominant and can be an alpha. Dark says that's verse can turn that bottom into a verse bottom if he knows what he's doing.
Okay.
Tokyo says a real verse won't be completely satisfied. Elston says, yep, I can.
I think
This got a lot of covers.
verse is on a spectrum, right? So you have some guys that are verse bottoms or prefer the bottom, or you have those guys that are in the middle that can do either or whenever called, and then you have those people that are verse but prefer the top. And a lot of times when you meet those people, they tell you straight up that, hey, I'm a verse top unless I'm in a relationship. So once we lock in with someone who we really, really connecting with, we're willing to go the mile and do play whatever role we need to that night, really.
I appreciate y'all for commenting on the club has opened, and the club has spoken. I think it's great to hear y'all feedback, because it's not always the best to just get our opinion. I like to hear y'all opinion on these topics. I'll read a couple more. Yes, you should definitely be with the sexual position that you prefer. For me, I prefer verse. Someone else says, Johnny King says, it's the best situation ever. Good Monig says, to be honest, I don't believe there is a such thing as a real full top or bottom. That is a myth. I have never met a top that didn't try to bottom. Now are there exceptions? I am sure. But I have never met one, and I only deal in my reality. Another person says, yes, of course. It's the label, not the feeling.
Yeah.
Another person says, yes.
wait too.
What happened?
I gotta wait too.
I just want y'all to understand this. When I was 38, I was a top too. Let it get to see where I'm going with this. What I want to say is that, well, hear me out. Labels put you in a box, and that's all that you can be. You never know what you're gonna be. When, like I said, that's why I said when I was 38, I was a top. I'm not a. I'm fluid. I'm here to please. I aim to please, but I also want to be pleased too. The reason why putting labels on something is you're putting yourself in a box where you can't grow. You can't experience new things. So I think we need to sometimes open our mind. You just ain't met that person that make you want to love them enough to try something that you never tried before.
Some things are not meant for everyone to experience.
Open your mind.
Why not? Why not?
Because you have people that are designed for these positions for a reason, right?
Who said that?
I said that for me. Who said that? That's what I said.
Own experience.
So you
That is my own experience, right? So because you felt somebody that you feel like at a certain age, I guess after 38, you felt like, you know, 40, it was like I could be versing now, but I don't feel that way, right? Because how I feel is how I've been feeling, right? I have no urge, no.
And that's okay. What I can say though,
you can't get that urge.
What I will
You
say,
can't get that urge because you put yourself in a box.
okay, cool. That's fine.
I like to say cube.
What I will say though, what I will say to that though is, you cannot be the best top in the world if you've never experienced bottoming. And I will just lay that out. The next comment on that is, bottom line is, verse relationships do not work outside of entertaining, cheating, or bringing people into your relationships. There is few documented evidence of a verse relationship working without cheating or bringing someone into the relationship. Gay men, you need to quell your sexual desires and pick a side. This is why we are continually to float from relationship to relationship. First relationships do not work. They're only good for fun. Can I ask, can I be bold and blunt?
Absolutely.
You were complete top. Your man was verse. Was there cheating?
No, not that I know of. Anyway.
He was.
Okay. All right.
It's not.
You can't really say that though. You can't really. That's not nice.
I mean, from what I know from our relationship, like he was madly in love. I mean, we can still be together now, but it's not that.
Why y'all break up?
My whole thing is, I not that I know of.
Okay.
Why y'all break
Not that I
up?
know of.
Why'd y'all break up?
I don't think that's
Because, honestly,
It's fair. It's my opinion.
and I'll be honest. Why? Was because of my intimacy. I was too caught up in my work aspect than being caught up in my relationship. So I neglected him a lot, and I didn't give him the intimacy that he deserved.
I agree, because what you neglected the verse side of him too. You know, when you deeply in love with somebody, you
use my comment, right? When I say you have to have consistent conversation and support.
Okay.
So this is something that we had in our conversation. This is something that in our relationship. This is something that we spoke about.
Okay.
And I was at first nervous that I wasn't going to be able to supply him because you're not getting this ad. You're not at all. I promise you. I don't care if I'm 38, 48, 58.
could he look it at least?
I really
All right.
don't
So
understand.
So listen. So first off,
I was completely satisfied when I was
Tiago and King, real quick. Jim Shoes is just being a bit much because we like to be bold and blunt here, and so I just want you to understand that that's where this is going. Jim Shoes is he's being a lot right now.
Open book. I would
Okay.
ask him
Okay.
assume and he know what it
So
is.
I don't want you to think anything's personal. It's nothing's personal on the show.
Fine.
Also, on top of that, the club has spoken is a cool segment. I like this segment. I like to hear what y'all have to say. So continue writing in. Bold and blunt. Tiago, are you able to read this for us?
Yeah. So my name.
got 9 kids? Oh my God.
You read that fast. I'm sorry. Go ahead. He read it ahead of time. Go ahead.
So, hey, Culture Club. My name is Clarissa. I am 39 years old, and I'm the mother of 9 children. Yes, 9. I love my kids with everything in me, but if I am being honest, I am exhausted. My boyfriend and I.
Boyfriend.
Let him finish. Let him read it.
Oh, Johnny, I'm sorry.
That's what Clarissa said.
Boyfriend and 9 kids.
Let him read. Let him read.
Don't judge her.
I'm not. Okay, I did.
My boyfriend and I have been together for years. 4 years, not 4. He works and I stay home with the children. From the outside, it probably looks like I have the life of a lot of women would say they want. A man who provides and a big family. But the truth is, I feel like I've disappeared. My whole life revolves around taking care of everybody else. I don't go nowhere. I don't have friends. I don't even recognize the woman I used to be.
Oh man.
Now my boyfriend says he wants more children.
More.
You don't have football team.
I told him I'm done. My body is done. My mind is done, and my spirit. His response: if you won't have any more kids, I'll leave. That broke me, because after all these years and all of these sacrifices, I'm realizing that the one thing he seems to value the most about me is my ability to keep giving him children. I love this man, but this is not the life I imagined for myself. So now I'm asking, do I keep sacrificing myself to hold on to my relationship, or do I stand firm, risk losing the man I love, and finally choose me? Clarissa, 39, tired of being everything to everyone else.
Real quick, so hold on, real quick. So we're gonna go down. We're gonna go down the line.
Okay.
Steve.
I want to start here first.
All right, so 2 things.
Talk to Clarissa.
Clarissa, first off, baby number 2, you should have decided that this wasn't the life you wanted. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you're over it. That is your life. I don't care how you feel about it.
No matter
That's the
how you
decision that you decided to have for yourself. And clearly, your decisions have always been about other people and never about yourself, because it wouldn't have got to this situation. One, having 9 kids, I'm guessing it's with the same guy, because he said she said
4 years.
He wants kids.
4 years.
But she said she's
Not 4.
Not 4.
not
not
4
4.
years, like
4 big years.
Duration.
for years, whatever. So you haven't. So the fact that he hasn't committed to you already as to be your wife, to be your husband,
That's what I was-
says a lot, right? Which lets me know that you have went into this for the sole. The sole reason of somebody else, right? You have did this for this man that you so-called love. You said it at the end of the sentence. You said, do I keep sacrificing myself to hold on to my relationship, or do I stand firm, risking losing the man I love, or finally choosing me? That answers your question right there. You're
Okay.
telling me in the question you asked, do I choose me, or do I choose a man that I love? That should be a simple answer.
Okay.
And what's
Tiago.
Choose you always.
You every time.
Choose you always.
Show up for you every
Because
time.
he's willing to leave you if you don't have baby number 10. So what does that tell you? There's no commitment, there's no value, and there's no happiness within the individual self. So there's no way she could be a mother to those kids if she's not happy within herself. I can't give you $100 if I don't have $100 to give you. It's as simple as that.
Simple.
okay?
I love this.
I think what he said is partially right, but I want to say that it is fine to be on their journey, and you just realize that. And
That's ignorance.
well, relax. It's my turn.
I'm just saying.
Hold yourself.
Go ahead.
All right. So I don't believe that there should be any sacrifice during relationships. I don't think you should sacrifice anything to be in a relationship. I think there is a very distinct separation between compromise and sacrifice.
What's it do?
I will get into it. So compromising is not changing things that will move who you are as a core. In a sacrifice, is changing who you are to become something different for somebody else. And her problem here, from what I understood, is that she doesn't even recognize herself as because of so much that she has sacrificed. It has not been the kids. It has been the life, that being home, and he's a provider and all these things that she has stepped back from being her. And that was the sacrifice. I don't think having the kids is what she regrets. It's just that not taking time for her. She never said, none of the whatever she said meant that she doesn't like her life. She just said that she doesn't like the fact that she doesn't recognize who she is, and that comes with sacrifice.
Yeah.
So a compromise would be, we can have 10 kids, for example, but I am going back to work. I'm going back to school.
Word.
And you're going
How?
to then relax. I told you to relax.
I'm just saying how. Go ahead.
Yeah. You can hire a nanny, put these kids now into a full-time school. There's so many different ways and mechanisms, or he can stay home more and take care of the kids. Let's separate the chores. There's so much that you can do to compromise that you do not need to sacrifice. But if you feel like the last sentence where you have to keep doing that, you need to always choose yourself, regardless of the stage of the relationship. You only have one human experience. You should take it all.
Accountability. First, I just want to say, Clarissa, you are something special. You are amazing. To have 10 people come out, 9 people come out of your body is incredible. Love yourself and know that to be able to produce that many miracles, you have something and that's very, very special to give, and know that you matter. Always choose yourself first, and sometimes that can be hard to do when you feel responsible for taking care of 10 people, especially if you're, experiencing him as well. Why you're not a wife, I'm not sure if that's an important issue for you. I'm not sure if all 9 kids are his, and I'm not sure if he's holding over your head to see if it's something that you may want to do, or threatening you to see if you will leave. But if something makes you feel uncomfortable, I've always been told it's okay to leave, no matter what situation you at, where you at. If you are uncomfortable and you can't come to some type of resolve, it is okay to choose yourself first and to leave.
Clarissa, hello. My name is Wes. You know that because you've watched the show. I think it's problematic that we got to child number 4. Because I feel like you felt these feelings at child number 4. I think you felt these feelings at child number 3. I think this man told you who he was at child number 1. Maybe not child number 1, maybe second or third, but either way, we've gotten to 9. The signs were already on the wall. The writing was on the wall. I feel like you should have acknowledged the signs of the writing and took heed. I think I'm not going to say it's too little too late, because you can always leave. But now you have 9 reasons to make sure that, a life is feasible for these 9 reasons. I don't know. It's no longer about you now. It really is. It's no longer about you now. You have a whole tribe to take care of. And I don't know. I don't feel bad for people that have kids. I just don't. You decided to lay down. You decided to have somebody escorting you. You deal with the repercussions. Take care of your mother and kids, and that's just, it don't matter.
A perspective of a man. You gotta be accountable.
I'm a perspective of a single parent household. That's my perspective. I didn't ask to be brought into this world. 2 people decided to bring me in this world, and they did not take care of me the way that they should have. That's just it.
But I think we don't know what it feels like to be a woman. We are men, y'all. We don't know what it's like to have a period every month, to have to get your nails done, hair done, and to think you got a love, and then you get pregnant, and that didn't work out. Then you fall in love again 9 times.
No, that's ridiculous.
That's not ridiculous. It could be with the same man. There's nothing wrong with having a lot of kids. Hold on.
Didn't go. If you was and we don't want to get
let's not 9 children shame her, because having a lot of kids is not a bad thing.
All right.
Me and Pepper want to get our thoughts out.
Okay, Pepper.
Oh, Clarissa, I may be a motherfucker.
He's hilarious.
I know how it feels to raise 9 children, but I know how it feels to take care of me. And I'm a lot of money. And I just don't have it in me to raise me 9 times. And I know that, and it's just one of me. So I think you knew that after 1. I do feel empathy for you, that this is your life and you can't live how you want. I don't know, girl. I don't know what to tell her. I don't know, because I can't go. She can't go. She can't leave them. Who gonna take care of the kids? Hey,
I got a little something for you. So he told you if you won't leave, if you won't have more kids, that he'll leave. Take his ass up on this offer, right? call his bluff. And when you go to court, tell them people you don't work, you have no other skills, you don't know how to take care of these children, and you leave them with their daddy. That's what you do. You let him take care of them, and you go out and you live that life that you've sacrificed or compromised on.
Wow.
And you call me, we're gonna get your hair done, your nails done, and you're gonna become a baddie. You leave them kids with their daddy, and you go and visit them when you can.
Correct.
That's what you do.
Correct.
All right.
Say something real quick. It's, and I understand this is a sensitive topic because we're talking about mothers and all of this. Like, it's a very sensitive topic, right?
Yep.
So where people don't like to criticize women in this situation. But if it was in another situation, right? If you're coming to me and disrespecting, right?
Over and over.
9 times, you're not going to allow that to happen 9 times, right? So there's some type of accountability you have to have within yourself, women or not, to say, okay, when do I choose me? Because you're asking to choose you now before the 10th child. When did you decide to choose you 1 to 9? Like, you feel what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The same logic applies across the board.
Right, right. She was in love, and she was willing to make these sacrifices and things, but at some point, she came to herself and she said, I don't recognize myself. I don't like this life.
Too late.
So now, it may be too late, but it's never too late to change. And now she can change. Put the pressure back on him.
I'm not sure if y'all know people with a lot of kids. My mom does have a friend. My mom has a friend that she grew up with 9 kids and 8 different baby daddies.
Why do you want that many?
My best friend has 10 kids.
A lot of people want them.
All right. So we're gonna go to what's on social media. Love y'all.
How many kids
Out there, LGBTQ students. I ain't gonna try to push kids out of the closet. They don't closet their damn self. Because of these contradictions, it's claiming you care about the general welfare of kids and then institutionalized practice like this that's going to terrorize the children. So one of the contradictions is saying that children are too young to know if they're gay or not, while also saying, I'm going to force teachers to out the students. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The straight agenda is much more violent, politically, socially, economically than you ever thought the gay agenda could be. Is the rainbow community institutionalizing laws to make sure we can check the dudes of kids? No, the straight people is so. It's an agenda. Y'all don't find it preposterous. The kids got the right to be a goddamn Nazi. They can be a goddamn Confederate. They can even be a Zionist. But they can't be gay. That shit requires it. Think about this. All the shit that's been done in the name of protecting children, and we still got the Epstein files. Anybody huh? Let the kids be kids. Unless you believe they queer or trans. Separation, church and Satan, I got freedom. Unless you believe it's about some gay shit, huh? Education is elevation, and man. The House will vote on the
All right.
That's
all right. So how do you feel about that?
I mean, I agree 110%. Now, do I think there's certain teachers that are a little radical and go too far with it? I do. And there's always the non-gays. There's always like our allies that do too damn much, like the white people that are extra black and all this extra stuff. But I do agree exactly what he says. It's only a problem when it's gay or trans, right? I don't believe that there's a gay agenda, at least not from our community, right? I do believe there's an agenda being pushed, but from the straight community to demonize the gay community, to make it seem like we're out here doing this and we're out here, being these people. But Trump was just talking to the kids about Iran and that they would have been blown up in 2 weeks if we didn't, unnuke them, which that was a bold-faced lie. So you're talking about, we could talk about kids about nuking and killing other people and kids and stuff, but we can't talk about, so it's the hypocrisy that's going on out here that is really stupid, honestly.
Tiago.
I think it's on brand that colonialism and white supremacy follow along. We're just not calling it, using the right words to talk about it. While we're saying the straight agenda, there's no straight agenda. They don't care about straight people. They only care about colonialism. It goes back to racism. It always goes back to slavery. The only reason they hate gay people is because they wanted to reproduce more people for slavery. And that's the only reason they made an amendment into a holy book to say that it was unlawful or it shouldn't be, because you needed people to be reproduced. So it goes far beyond of what we see, and we're attacking not the source of the issue, but just the consequence. It's like taking a medicine for in English, what do you say, a consequence? Like you have a a real health issue, you take a medicine for it, and then it gives you other
Side effects.
So you're treating side effects inside of the problem, and I think that is saying the straight agenda is insane to me. It is colonialism at its finest and white supremacy, because why do you feel like you can annihilate a whole society per tweet, is said, and yet don't account for the kids and all of that, but you care about the kids that might be gay? Like, these are just dumb to me, and we should be really just talking about the real stuff and going to the real issue.
Gym shoes.
Yeah, I'll keep it very, very short. I think forcing someone to do anything can cause so much trauma, whether the consequences or the end effects are positive or negative. Yeah, that's traumatizing. So it never feels good to be forced to do something. Kind of like, but sometimes it can't come out good, right? Like Michael Jackson. His dad beat him and forced him to sing and forced him to do so many things, and we did get that greatness. Would Michael Jackson have been as great if he didn't have a dad like Joe Jackson? Probably not. You know, he sacrificed a lot. So, yeah.
I can honestly say I ultimately feel bad for Michael because he didn't really have a real life. But I don't think teachers should be forcing telling parents if their kids are gay or whatever case may be, because the child might not be gay. And I mean, a lot of times when people think that something is gay, they don't really get it right. Pepper?
I think I get so emotionally exhausted with this whole gay agenda thing. There's no such thing as a gay agenda. Gay people are living their life, and we deserve to be celebrated and be able to live the same way as a straight person.
Mega.
Parents, I need y'all to get on this. I need y'all to get in the fight. This is not good. It's really not. School is supposed to be a safe place for the children. And if we are allowing this to go on and allowing this to be put in legislation, then they're going to be harassing your children. These are concerns and issues that I think need to be handled within the family, and how you guys choose to handle them. I don't know if this is even important enough to even be shining any light on, Right. Kids are kids, and we need to let them be kids.
All right now we're on the segment of Random, a nice game to learn who you are around. The cast, we are already assigned our numbers, and the die has picked 3. I'm 3, so I get to ask 3 random questions to the people on the panel. I'm gonna start with Tiago. Tiago, why did you have any interest on being on Culture Club?
I enjoyed the conversation. I also enjoyed the fact that y'all just bring different perspectives. And I like the exchange as well. And also the topic itself was interesting to me. I'm a deep thinker. I was an educator for 11 years back in Brazil. And today I own a marketing agency. So my world revolves around content creation, production, and TV, and all of the backstage of things. So being able to talk about these things is something that I enjoy.
I love that. Awesome. Peppa, when do you see yourself being able to settle down and be in a relationship?
Already right now.
Oh, on that period.
Saying, man.
Prince or my king.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But he has to treat you like a girl.
Not necessarily like a girl. You gotta treat me how I want to be treated.
Okay. Right. Okay. What is one thing that you feel that should be brought to Culture Club that could add a little bit to it?
Me. More of this episode, right? More in-depth conversation, more, critical thinking. I think a good back and forth is healthy, especially if it's getting the conversation out there.
Yeah.
So I know you said I don't want a 3-hour episode, but I think certain episodes deserve extensiveness.
And my question to the panel, is it the topic or is it the panel that caused this? Because we were on topic 1 for 30 minutes.
God, dog.
I think a little bit of both, right? Because the topic, it was a simple topic, but if you critically think what the past did, allowed us to dig deeper into what the questions we're asking. So I
did not think that. I was like, oh wow.
For the boys who are here often, what did you think was different?
So a lot of times Wes cut us off. He won't allow us to dig deep in. You see, he does this now. But I think that what's great is across from me, I got 2 good sparring partners. Not to say that the other guys aren't, but y'all will spar back and forth. Like you said, we was just tossing the ball back and forth for a good little minute. And he's like, okay, let some more people into this conversation. We
respectfully,
yeah.
All right, the next segment of this particular episode is what can you do differently today? It's an honest question to yourself. To look inward to say today, what could you do differently to garner a different experience for you in your life? We'll start with Megabody and with King.
I'm gonna say educate myself more in areas that I don't necessarily understand.
All right. Okay.
I'm laughing because I just had this conversation with you previously. What I can do today differently, but I probably won't do it to change something that would have a better outcome, is I can stop drinking.
Oh.
But I can't stop drinking.
You can't, friend.
You definitely can.
Yeah, you definitely can. What can you do differently today? Procrastination is a problem that I have.
I don't know.
So it's easy for me to put things off. I'll do it, But I feel like if I actually attack things firmly and just get it done, then I always feel better when I get it done. Like setting up this damn set. I did it early, and today I didn't have to worry about it. So it made today go a lot smoother. But that's a small example. But yeah, procrastination. Sir,
what I would do differently today is I'm smarter and wiser. I think when I see something, especially within a dating world, when you see something that you know you can't deal with right away, don't deal with it. It won't get better. Just move on and let it go.
Tiago.
I think what I am currently this week trying to work on is not chopping people off emotionally as fast as I usually do. Yeah, I think it's whenever I say I always call myself a chop queen. I chop people. I'm very cutthroat with things, but it doesn't mean that we cut relations. It's just that I place you in a way where you don't have access. We can still be around, but it's just emotionally not connected, right? My mom used to say that she felt like there was a glass between us because there was. She was chopped. And I think nowadays I'm trying to work on that so I don't do it as fast.
Okay. That's bolder blood. Okay.
I'm gonna just say give myself grace. Ain't nobody harder on me than I am.
You're a twin.
You know what I'm saying? Like I in my brain, I don't do nothing right. Like I always got to do better.
Okay.
I could, even if I get 100 on something, I could have gotten a A+. Like, you feel me? Like I'm never satisfied of my outcome.
Ooh.
So one thing I can do differently today is give myself grace and to know that what I did was enough.
That's a message for the people.
Oh yeah, that was. So I, personally, I want to go back to. Did you feel that you accomplished what you wanted to accomplish with the award show that I went to? Did you give yourself grace with that, or
no, not really? Yes, I'm proud of what I do, right? Because the question you asked him why you feel like I want to be on Culture Club is because I feel like I do impact the culture, right? But it's never at the level. It wasn't at the level that I visioned it at.
Okay.
Right. I'm happy at what it was.
Okay.
But it's always a top, right?
Okay.
So my 5th annual is gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's something I got to work on, right? Because I got to know what I've done was enough.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it my vision I'm such a visionary, and it's beyond, like, you know what I mean, like, and the stuff I want is gonna take hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I tell people here all the time.
Like, I'm gonna get there. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
the fight doesn't stop.
Yeah.
I let it motivate me instead of discourage me as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to this particular episode of Culture Club, episode 3 of season 5. As we do always, we're gonna reintroduce ourselves from our right to our left. Say your name and if you want kids.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Megabody, and I do not want kids, but I will say that if my baby wants some kids, we can do it.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Culture Club. Right? And I do not want any children.
All right, it's the not want any children. I love it. Hey, what's up, Wes? I am Wes. Excuse me. No, I do not want any kids. Kids are a big responsibility, and I understand the weight that carries, and I'm too weak to lift that.
What's up, everybody? It's TYRICE Gym Shoes. I may want 1 or 2. It's not mandatory. I think I would be a great dad, though. But I like living life.
Yeah, so my name is Tiago Pego. I do want from 2 to 5 kids. And yeah, I'll be a great daddy.
All right.
I have the pleasure of raising 3 beautiful kids, but I do want my own. I want about 2 biological kids. So yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to Culture Club. Leave comments, share, tweet, and hype this video out. Love y'all.
Welcome to Culture Club. Hey. What we say, what we mean. Bold and blunt in the room, you know what it is. Lights on, cameras up. Everybody got a view. We don't fake for the likes. We just speak what's true. Pull up, take your seat. It might get real tonight. If you brought your opinion, better say it with your chest right. Talk now. Say how you feel. No sugar on it, we keeping it real. Laugh a little louder, think a little deep. Culture in the building, now run that beat. Welcome to Culture